Super Players? It's the homie C-Rod, and today I am gonna be going over the top 10 decks in Dragon Ball Super card game as of now. So these are the decks that if you pick up and you take it to your local tournament or you take it to your homie's house and you guys are having, you know, a Dragon Ball TCG night where you guys just chill, kick it, these are the leaders that you want to take in order to beat your friends and, you know, beat the people at the tournament scene. So these are literally the best decks out there, the most consistent decks. I'm not saying any other leader that I did not mention in this list are not capable of winning. You know, there's multiple other decks out there that are very powerful as well. You know, you just got to brew up things in the kitchen and then bring it to the tournament scene or take it to your homie's pad and, you know, play with them and, you know, maybe you'll win. But these are the most prevalent, most consistently winning decks. And let's just get straight into it. So number one happens to be Pan. Yup, this Pan girl right here is a freaking beast, especially with the support of the anniversary box. What she does is every time you play a battle card that has 15k power, your leaders auto activates and the battle card gains an additional 5k boost. And if the battle card gains over 20k power, you draw a card. So this is going to be very awesome for this deck to take off. You're going to be having battle cards that, you know, have a lot of offensive pressure to your opponent, and you're going to be able to just beat down your opponent. And this deck is still freaking taking storm. It's still winning. So Pan for sure, very underrepresented leader, but very powerful leader. And you guys, I'm putting her at number 10, okay? If you guys don't agree with my list, you know, be sure to comment in the comment section below, and I'll be looking at what you guys think. You know, everybody has their own opinions. And number 9, it's gonna go to Toa, a new coming up battle leader card that just came out from the anniversary box as well. The anniversary box, if you guys have not checked out our anniversary box video, go check that out. War Gunner, you're the winner, and we are finally gonna send you that box because you finally hit us up. And Toa from the anniversary box. This Toa right here is freaking strong. Like, what she does, she abuses the overwhelm, and with so much support from the new championship packs with that Vegeta that just came out, it really like takes this deck off, and you're able to abuse the Miras and the Foos. And on top of that, when she's awakened, she could literally pretty much negate any of your opponent's skills when, you know, they're attacking. So that is a freaking game-changing ability right there. Toa with the overwhelm, hand control, Union Absorb. Mira is freaking strong. You could give a Mira or a full critical as well, and she is literally like changing the game, man. This is the overwhelm master. Toa is freaking strong, and that's why I put her at number 9. If you want to, you know, play overwhelm, this is the overwhelm leader to run, Toa. Okay, now going into number 8, and I have to put in the homeboy Broly, the green one, the Evil Unleashed Broly. I think this guy's still freaking good. You know, this guy has taken so many freaking tournaments. He's always topped at almost all the tournaments, especially if you own the secret rare Super Saiyan 3 Majin Broly, then this deck is like freaking, you must run it in a tournament or at your friend's house or wherever, man. This leader is just so freaking strong. You just evolve and level up in the chain of Broly. So you go from base form Broly to like slightly more angry base form Broly to Super Saiyan Broly to like the 35k barrier popping Broly with double strike, and it's so easy. And then the final evolution is the secret rare Super Saiyan 3 Broly that happens to be Majin. And this deck is so freaking strong. You also awaken, you draw if you have no cards in hand. When he attacks, you draw up to until you have 6 cards in hand. That's freaking strong. And Broly for sure is gonna stay up there. It's just such a consistent way of pressuring your opponent and popping your opponent with not only the battle cards, with the leader as well. So then moving on to number 7, I'ma have to give it to Purunga. Yup, I put Purunga up here in number 7 just because it's another wish leader, and this wish leader is like, I would say, like a budget version of, you know, Shenron, the wish leader. He's like the second-hand man of wishing, and it's still very freaking powerful. It's still winning a lot. I've seen people play this leader with Captain Ginyu to swarm the field with Captain Ginyu members and just kill you like that. People running this deck with Victory Strike, being able to use Purunga's ability when he's awakened, lets you pretty much world peace for free. And all you gotta do is just remove your 7 Dragon Balls and bring back any battle card to life. And that ability right there is freaking strong, because once you're able to bring back any battle card, you could do one big Omega final play to finish off your opponent. And Purunga is by far a very, very strong wish leader. So do not underestimate Purunga. If you go to a tournament, someone drops Purunga on you, just know that Purunga has some power behind him. So after that, number 6, I'm gonna have to give it to the Lord of the Slugs, Lord Slug himself, the Namekian. This guy right here is, I would say, the epitome of hand control in Dragon Ball Super card game as of now. Like, if you want to play a game where you literally are ripping cards out of your opponent's hand, Lord Slug is the way to go. He does it the most consistent and the most effective. You know, this guy is literally a hand destruction monster, like with evolving into the super rare Lord Slug, which just rips more cards out of, you know, your opponent's hand. And on top of that, with the Lord Slug army members that are just critical attacks and hand destruction as well. This leader is like definitely winning a lot, because there's some like meta decks out there that are freaking very powerful, but they lose to hand destruction. And there's not many decks out there that are literally just ripping cards out of your opponent's hand. This guy literally rips cards out of your opponent's hand. Even Awaken, that's what he literally does. He's just like, I drop one, you drop one too, attack, drop another card, and eventually your opponent is just gonna die with hand destruction because they have nothing in their hand. Lord Slug is, you know, the king of hand destruction, if I were to say so myself, and that's why I put him at 6. So moving on to number 5, we're almost close to the number 1. So number 5, I would have to give it to Dende. Yup, believe it or not, Dende, you know, in Dokkan Battle, he regenerates your energy. Well, in Dragon Ball Super card game, he pretty much floods the field with Frieza army members. And this leader is freaking powerful. You're able to abuse that desire card that brings back Frieza army members. 4 cost or less. I'm not forced. Frieza cards, not Frieza army members. Frieza cards, 4 cost or less. This Dende right here literally just abuses Frieza cards like no other, and you're able to spam out the field with Frieza cards. See your opponent's hand with that, you know, tournament pack Frieza. And being able to find your Dragon Balls relatively quickly with the burst too, and then search your deck. It's like a yellow Shenron leader. It's very, very freaking strong. Don't underestimate Dende. People that are playing Dende and, you know, are very strategical and have an understanding of the game, they could pretty much beat almost every other deck. You just got to be very, very, very smart and witty with your plays, because the way you abuse the Friezas, Dende does it the best. Like, there's no like going around that. Dende is literally the Frieza master. So now number 4, I'm gonna have to give it to Janemba. Yup, I know a lot of you guys don't like Janemba, but Janemba is a freaking beast. He is one of the cheapest ways to win in Dragon Ball Super card game, and that is by pretty much making your opponent deck out. In Dragon Ball Super card game, if you have no card left to draw, that's an automatic loss. Or I don't know which way, but it's a L. You're getting an L for sure. And that's what the leader does. When you attack, your opponent drops 2 cards from the top of their deck in the drop area, and you draw a card. And just consistent attacks with the leader makes your opponent drop 2 every single time. And then combine that with, you know, all the freaking Janemba cards that are out there that consistently drop more cards out of their hand. And being able to spam out the Janembas is not that hard, especially if you have Sensu Bean. Restand your energies, bring out another Janemba, make them drop more, and eventually your opponent loses with them having no cards to draw. And this deck literally kills a bunch of decks that rely on combo pieces because you're dropping their pieces in the drop area with your leader and the Janemba cards. This guy is for sure always going to be good because, you know, it's just a consistent, like, you already know what the plan is. Make your opponent deck out, and that's what Janemba does, and that's why I put him on number 4. So number 3, I'm gonna give it to Goku, Bonds of Friendship. Yeah, this Kid Goku right here, abusing the Android 8, abusing the, you know, Kid Goku, searching your 4-star Dragon Ball, abusing the vanillas. In Dragon Ball Super card game, vanillas are cards that are blank. They have no skill, just, you know, power base. This guy does all of that with the ability to pretty much bring out a 30k vanilla with your, you know, super rare Kid Goku. You're able to freaking just offensive pressure your opponent. There's so many varieties of this. People like to play this with yellow cards. Some people like to play this with blue cards. Some people like to play this with red cards. I don't know which variant's the strongest. I think the blue, it might be the strongest just because you can bring out Gogeta, but I don't know. Some people like playing the red, and then people like running the secret rare Demigra in here because, you know, most of your cards are black, and then you could bring out a triple strike, see your opponent's hand. This guy for sure is the most versatile leader there is, and being able to awaken super early and just draw like crazy because you have your 4-star Dragon Ball, that is freaking nuts. This guy for sure is one of the top leaders, and it's gonna be there. And if you're a smart player, this guy could take you all the way to first place. Then let's move on to number 2, which I'm gonna have to give it to Shenron. Yup, Shenron, the ultimate, you know, you search all 7 Dragon Balls and you wish for, you know, some pretty broken plays. This guy has an ability when he's awakened to pretty much give a battle card of 10k or 15k, I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly, but gives him a freaking power boost that's a lot, and triple attack. That's freaking crazy. This guy could give an attack to a battle card 3 times, so it could attack 3 times. People like playing this with victory strike, so your victory strike will get 3 attacks and a power boost. How crazy is that, right? So all your, like, you know, I don't even have to say about that. Or people mainly play this with Gogeta and give Gogeta freaking triple attack, and he's a triple strike deflect. That means you can't even counter that guy when he comes out, and he swipes your whole hand away. Like, Shenron for sure is a broken leader. You search out the Dragon Balls so freaking fast. This, like, believe it or not, a starter deck leader, you know, you buy yourself a starter deck and you get the Shenron leader. The starter deck leader is for sure a freaking powerful leader. And even with, you know, the ban of Child's Wish, I don't know why I couldn't say that, Child's Wish, it's still freaking strong, still very powerful. So Shenron number 2. And number 1, guys, I'm pretty sure, you know, you guys that are veterans for Dragon Ball Super card game, you already know what number 1 is. I don't even have to mention it, but it happens to be Broly. Yup, Broly is number 1. Broly, the Awakened Threat, the promotional Broly card. This leader is just so freaking broken. This guy, not only is he a Frieza's army member, meaning you have access to Cold Bloodlust, and Cold Bloodlust is a card that automatically negates any card that comes onto the field. if your leader is a Frieza army member, this guy awakens on itself. Every time he attacks, you pick up a card from your life and you draw a card, so you have a fat hand. And he's a yellow leader, so you have access to like Flying Nimbus most likely, because you're going to be running yellow cards with this. And obviously people play this with the most broken possible card that exists, and it happens to be Victory Strike Goku. And he also has an ability when he's awakened, you get to strike your life and restand a card, meaning you can restand the leader, you can restand an energy, you can restand a battle card. And that ability right there is freaking broken. So what you do is you play Victory Strike with this deck, and then you know, you could pretty much strike your life once you have Victory Strike and give him another attack, so you attack twice with Victory Strike. Or what people usually do is pick up a life, restand the yellow energy, attack with Victory Strike. You try to protect yourself with, like, you know, a counter that, you know, could protect yourself from Victory Strike, and then they just bad ring laser you. And that is the most consistent, most top winning deck that there is at the very moment. It's winning first place. It wins all the decks. If you have Victory Strike, you gotta run this leader, and you're gonna, you know, win for sure all the time. Like, if you don't win, I don't know what's going on. This deck consistently wins. Like, it's like a given. Like, you automatically win. You draw your whole freaking deck with this, and then you have the Ultra Instinct play, and then you just win. So that's gonna be the end of the video. Those are the top 10 decks at the moment. I'm gonna update this later on, so hit that subscribe button to see what the newest top decks are in Dragon Ball TCG. And let it be known what you guys think in the comment section below about my top 10. And like we always say, y'all stay super.